Hello everyone, Minky here with the next episode of Let's Play Pokémon Gen 2 AEFE. Today, I figured let's see if we can take on some gyms, because we're already kind of out of, you know, the sort of like the general path that I typically went back in the day. Because I've been looking back and thinking like, you know, because like at this point I would typically like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think back in the day, I think I would typically like go to Celadon City, right after Sabrina. Like I'd probably unlock the other two towns, and then I'd go to Celadon City, and then upon going up there, obviously I wouldn't even take on the mandatory and stuff. I'd go or anything at the power plant. I'd just go straight up to unlock the Misty battle, and then I'd come and then. After that, I'd do the Misty battle, and then I'd obviously go ahead and do the power plant stuff and whatnot, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's what I would typically do at that point. To be honest, like I would, like I said, I'd unlock Lavender and Celadon for the sake of argument, but then I'd go do the Misty stuff, and then the power plant stuff. But now. I mean, I don't know about other stuff though, to be honest. I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think about, like, how I did this back in the day, because, like, I think, like, after battling Misty, I probably did come here, to, Celadon, to take on the gym, and then to Fuchsia, and take on the gym there, probably. I think I did, like, Fuchsia is probably last out of this main bunch of gyms, and then I would take on the mandatory and stuff. I think that's what I think I did anyway. Like, bearing in mind, this LP isn't based on what I used to do as a kid or anything. This is me trying to go through the post game and whatnot. So it's not. I'm not trying to stay true to me. To young Minky. I'm not trying to do that. It's just. It's one of those things that's like, you know, kind of cool in a way, if you will. It's like back then, back in the day. You know, that's how I took on stuff. It's back in the day I would do it in that order, but now I would obviously, I'm doing stuff differently. I'm doing things in a different order and whatnot. And this is obviously just focusing on the post game. I'm not focusing on, you know, strictly what I did back then, if you will. So. But if I can, I'll try and go over stuff I used to do as a kid, you know, so that way then there's some nostalgia in it as well. You know, and it's not just simply, you know, just post-game stuff, if you will, because I do want to. I mean, obviously it's not just going to be just post-game stuff. Obviously there's a lot more to it than just that. It's not a case of just like, oh, let me add in the young Mink stuff, you know, and that's what makes it important. There's a lot of bits to it, if you will, but obviously, you know, it's but it's just a nice little extra, if you will. I think something extra that I think just makes the whole thing nicer, if you will. So yeah, that's what the general idea is that I'm gonna go with here. For what stuff is, I mean, like I said, that's generally how I took stuff on. And then obviously I would take on, I guess I'll continue it then, I guess. So after Misty, like I said, I'll take on the other two gyms. I don't know what order I take on the gyms in, but I imagine Misty, now that I think about it, Misty might have been later. Misty might have been later actually, because even though I've got only three Pokemon to train up on Crystal, I think they're at a lower level than what they normally would be. So there is what to withdraw already for Hoppip. Why? But yeah, I think Misty was typically last. Because it's so weird, because I'm sure, like, I would have, like, high level Pokemon there. I don't know. It's something, I guess. It's. I mean, like I said, it was a long time. It's been a long time since I've even been here, you know, to Gen 2's Kanto. So, you know, obviously it's like very different. It's not very different, but it's been like, it's like, you know, like I'm very disconnected, if you will, for lack of a better word, to this world of Kanto, if you will, to this version of Kanto. So obviously, like, you know, I don't remember an awful lot of it. I mean, I remember a good portion of it. Obviously, I know bits of it. I know the ins and outs of it, if you will, sort of thing, if you will. Like, I know it's obviously Kanto, so therefore it's obviously Koga and the Koga Gym and this gym and that gym or whatever. I know all that. Like, obviously, right, and I know it's not Koga, I remember that, I remember details like that, where it's not actually Koga anymore, it's his daughter, and I know, Giovanni's been replaced, obviously, you know, or, you know, I know that kind of stuff, if you will, but, I mean, like, I don't know I think I've said this before, but it's the little details, the minute details, if you will, that I don't remember, like how do you get the EXPN card, if you will? You know, how do you get that from the in order to get the Poke Flute? I know to get the Poke Flute, it's through that radio app thing, but how do you get that? You know, that kind of thing. I mean, I know how you get it now because obviously I've reversed my memory, but that's one of the things that I was thinking about. Like, how do you manage that? How do you do that there, if you will? That kind of thing. It's the kind of stuff that I didn't really. I'd forgotten because it had been so long since I'd even been here. So, you know, that kind of thing is there, if you will. And to top that off as well, to be fair to this Let's Play as well, like, I don't want to treat this like an ASAP run, because, well, it's not an ASAP run. Like, to be fair, for me, for a lot of stuff that I've been doing as of late, it's like I do try and sometimes like explore the world without defeating the bosses, you know, making progress. I do try and do that a lot more often nowadays, especially given some of the stuff that I've learnt since, you know, since I started my glitch file on Ocarina of Time, which I'll link that below, both the LP that I have started. It's not been released yet, but I have started an LP on it, as well as the DA journal that I started writing on it, like, I think it was, back in the end of 2016, I think, maybe 2017, I can't remember it. I always forget which one of those two dates. Oh, come on, man. Oh, well. But yeah, ever since I started that, I've been exploring even more. You know, thanks to that one glitch I did there. I won't go into it here because it's Ocarina of Time. Well, I mean, I have got the Ocarina of Time spoiler at the beginning, but I don't want to go too deep into it. But, you know, but the point is, you know, it's great. Like, I've been exploring a lot more thanks to stuff like that. You know. And yeah, I don't really want to. I mean, I guess I could use Rye Blue for a little bit. Maybe for hard to battle, but anyway. But yeah. By the way, I obviously do know that Doomsday is the obvious, you know, choice here, and that Rye Blue is the obvious second choice because of Ice Punch. Because obviously, you know, but at the same time, I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a challenge, if you will. You know, and make it a little bit harder for me. So I'm using Pokemon that are just, you know, I'm trying not to go for the obvious win, if you will. I want to try and do at least something in this video, if you will. I want to, you know what I mean? You know, I want it to not just be a case of like, oh, here's the grass type gym, go my fire type Pokemon, I win. You know, I don't want to just do that. You know, I actually want to do something, if you will. I actually want it to be sustainable, if you will. So yeah, oh yeah, I taught Blue Return as well, by the way, because again, well, every Sunday you can get a TM either for Return or Frustration, depending on how much your Pokemon likes you. And I've obviously gotten a bunch of TMs already. I think I've got like 14 now. Well, in Gold and Silver it'll be 15, in Crystal it'll be 14, because I forgot one time by accident, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. You know, it's like, it's whatever, it's, because at least, if anything, I can just sell it, because you can get more, you can get another one every week. So every week you can just get yourself a Return TM or a Frustration TM, depending on how much your Pokemon likes you and whatnot. And yep, Rainbow Badge, nice. Rainbow Badge is probably my favourite colour one, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh yeah, Erika. Erika is one of only 2 gym leaders, by the way, in the Kanto Region, in Gen 2's Kanto, that actually gives you a TM. Which is, you know, a little odd, but I mean, I guess. I mean, if anything, I probably would have said, like, just put the TM, like, hidden somewhere in the gym itself. But, I don't know. I guess it is what it is. So, let me have a look at who can learn it, then. Oh, it would help if I went to the right bloody bag slot. Just go all the way down for no reason. Alright, no one can learn it. Obviously, my Mews can, but they can learn everything. So, because it's Mew. Alright, who else do I want to take on then? I mean, not who else, but you know what? Maybe. I mean, actually, you know what? Now I think about it. Actually, no, it's fine. I was gonna suggest something, but no, I'll do it. Do that. It's not really the time, I don't think, to really do that. I don't know, maybe some other time we'll do that for another AEFE, but I don't know. Really depends, I guess. Well, on that note, I guess you can predict what's happening next time, but on that note, let's go to Silver. Alright, Beth wants to battle. So I guess I'll do that first, and Silver give us a bit more, because like, I don't want to, because I feel like I'm kind of slacking in terms of like, what's it called, running times, because I've not been doing 40 minutes too often, so I'm going to try and reach that now. That's what I was thinking of, is maybe if I can just extend the episode a little bit, you know, because I like to have my 40-minute videos, plus this is the AEFEs, you know, it's a bit more important to me like that, if you will, I think. So I think 40 minutes is a bit better for it. I mean, I guess so. I've been doing like long videos for quite a while. Like, some of my earlier videos were pretty long as well, actually, to be fair. Or after the whole, you know, 15-minute limit and whatnot, but some of my videos were kind of longish. Like, even the Let's Play movie that I'm currently working on, that one's actually kind of, like, I mean, that one's only got 9 parts in it. Technically 8, because one of them was split up into 2. And, like, they typically range from, they range sporadically from like 20 minutes long to an hour long. So that's something, I guess. Alright, what did you did I taste anything, by the way? I don't think I taught Return, did I? No, I didn't teach Return to you 3, okay. That's fine. Alright, yeah, Celadon time. I would do, like, I mean, there's 3 gyms I can take on right now. The other 2 being Fuchsia and Cinnabar. Because, like, if we look at the map, again, I mean, to be fair, so, like, there's obviously, like, Viridian, right? We could take on Viridian. Actually, no, we've got 4, right? Because so we got Viridian, which I'm not gonna do because I want to save that one for last, right? We've got Pewter, which we've just unlocked not too long ago, actually. We've got Fuchsia, which I was thinking of, and Cinnabar, which I was thinking of. So that's 4, right? Obviously we've done Vermilion and Saffron already, and the only other one that we can't do yet is Cerulean City. We can't do that one yet because that one requires a bit more. We've got to go through like the whole Nugget Bridge and whatnot. So there is that. But otherwise, otherwise it's like, yeah, we've got really not an awful lot of gyms to do. I mean, I can do basically any of the gyms now, if you will. And even then, I don't want to do. I don't know. It's obviously a lot to do, if you will. It's like, because I've got to time things correctly for something regarding. Well, you'll see when we get there, but yeah. Wow, critical hit as well, nice, man. I mean, that's gonna boost my flail in a moment when I start using that. That's the idea behind. That's why I have takedown, is because then it helps boost flail a little bit. And yeah, these two. Did I show this off before? I don't know if I did. I feel like I have, but it might have been AEFE Crystal all the way back when. But like, wow, 2 misses in a row, wow. But like, with these double battlers, I mean, I wish there were double battles, but with these trainers, if you face the left one, if you speak to the left one, they will start with different Pokemon compared to if you start with to the right one. So like in Gold, they started off with Fire Plume. In Silver, they started off with Victory Bell. That's not version exclusive. That's just because I spoke to the different one first. That's what it is. That you spoke to the different one first. I guess I'll shut it off proper when we get there. In the AEFE run, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe, you know what, maybe I'll just show it in Crystal, I guess. Yeah, you know what, I'll do that, I'll show it in Crystal. Because I feel like Crystal, at least I can actually show it off and whatnot, that kind of thing. Yeah, it would have been nice if they had Skip Bloom, then Jump Fluff, then Hoppip. Because at least then it would be 2-3-1, which is my favourite number. And on top of that, the Hoppip could be like 10 levels higher. Because like, then it just catch you by the surprise, like, oh, here's the Skip Bloom and Jump Fluff. Oh, but here's a high-powered Hoppip, if you will. But obviously they're unevolved, so it kind of balances out. That kind of thing, that would have been nice. Oh, bleh. It's kind of scary, but okay. I just thought as well, one of the trainers does say like, oh, this is a gym for only girls or something. It's a pity I didn't pick the female trainer in Crystal when I could have, which that's another thing. Is like I mentioned before, I think it was last time as well, right? Where I mentioned how the rival's name I chose wrong with his name. That's me dead. Wow. Okay, maybe not. Wow, that's actually a little. Wow. But no. I mentioned that how like I named the rival wrong because I named him Gold, Silver, and Crystal after the games because obviously, I wanted to name him after that because like in Red, Blue, and Yellow, when I went in Gen 1 AEFE, because in those ones the league is the champion is red, or well, the rival, the one you name. I could name him after the game itself, and then it'd be like, you beat red, you beat the game, if you will, kind of thing, that kind of name, if you will. But here, that's not the case, because he's not the final boss or anything, so it doesn't really fit, if you will, which is a bit of a shame. But but remember, I do have that other Pokemon that has the correct name for them, if you will, which I'll go over that when we get there. But for now, that's its own thing. And yeah, I kind of wish I picked the girl character in Crystal just for the sake of argument. But I guess if anything, I don't think it's gonna work too well. But what I could do is when I do the AEFE run, I do have to play obviously Crystal anyway, so I could pick the girl character in that game, in that LP. But that's neither here nor there for now. Alright, I'm actually gonna swap to Egan this time round, simply because Egan, I don't want to really faint too many people, if you will, and I feel like Egan's worse than Mickey in this case because for one, they're slow, like they're quite slow, 80 speed. Compared to, wow, they're not really too much faster, to be fair. Wow, okay. But yeah, Egan's kind of slow. They're very physically defensive, to be fair, but yeah, plus I can at least get away with a few earthquakes here or there. But with Mickey, she has like Mud Slap and Peck and whatnot, so she's a bit more well off, if you will, I think, in terms of moves. So I don't know, I think Egan is probably a bit better in this case, well, a bit worse in this case, so that's why I'm going to pick him. Not a diss to him, obviously, just that, like, more of a challenge, if anything. Because again, this isn't like an AEFE. Wow. Again, this isn't like an AEFE run. This is just an AEFE. This is me going through the game, just kind of casually, if you will. Look at that 10 damage compared to the 1 you did with the move itself. Wow. Look how much damage Ember did. I mean, although to be fair, Ember does have stab, and I do have the charcoal equipped, so I guess there's that. Really, Blossom already? Wow, man. So sorry for the random cuts here there. By the way, I'm getting screenshots of the Pokemon, some of the Pokemon. Because Blossom's kind of interesting. I'm faster than you, Chris 4. How am I faster than you? I'm a slug. How am I supposed to... I don't know, man. Oh well. Alright, jump fluff. You know what, let's at least do a little bit of swapping. Get everyone a bit of screen time, if you will, I guess. That'd be nice. But yeah, what was I saying earlier? I don't know, about the whole, sharply fell. Okay, it's not too bad, I guess. Wow. But yeah, what was I saying? So I don't know. I don't know. So what? Okay, what about Thingamajig then? What was I saying about Thingamajig, the gym? So okay, so Like Magma, not Magma, Blaine, he would usually be like one of the last trainers I would, one of the last gym leaders I would battle. And then like obviously I'd leave Blue till last because, yeah, obviously, right? You know? And so, and then obviously I would go to Professor Erika and say, hey up, I've been able to gym leader, it's time to go to the film jig, and then, you know, and then we'd go there and stuff would be normal, if you will. Wow, Sunny Day Synthesis, wow. Wow, how much health was that? Like 90%, jeez. It's just gonna be, we're just gonna wait for me to get a critical hit or for Sunny Day to stop. Because I'm not missing. In this case, I'm not, there's no accuracy drops or anything. In a there's no accuracy drops in for me or evasion rises for Victory Bell, so there's no, and I've already got 100% accuracy with Peck, if you will, so yeah, no chance of me missing. Doesn't even matter that they're in yellow health now, whereas before they were just barely getting to red health, because it's barely a little bit of difference. And yeah, I think Sunny Day just faded there, right? Yep. So yeah, they should be down now. Yep. Wow, that was quite the battle. Wow. That was quite the battle there. Nice. Oh yeah, Giga Drain. Let's see who can learn Giga Drain. I do want to teach it. I mean, I should probably clone it first, to be fair. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, not in the sense of like, oh, I suck. That's, oh, maybe that. I don't know. But like, I mean, like, obviously, like, yeah, just see how well you can go, see how far you can go and whatnot, innit, man? That kind of thing, innit, man? Alright, well, on that note, I guess it's just now time to, yeah, I'm pretty good for time. I'm gonna be pretty good for time today, I think. So, on that note, I will heal up my Pokemon, and then I will see you in Crystal. So, yeah, there's that. So, wow, yeah, I didn't really need to do what I was gonna do, because I am slow today. Oh well. Alright, see you in a second. Alright, here we are in Celadon again. So yeah, what else is there? What else is there? Jeez, man, why do I always say that, man? I mean, I do want to talk about stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's the fact that obviously I'm doing this 3 times, right? Because I'm just doing the same general place 3 times. That's the thing. So it's like I don't, and like. It's like half the time, like, sometimes the topics I come up with are just like, they're so long, if you will, to talk about, if you will. I'll get back into more into that in a second, but here I want to show off the twins, so let's see what they send out. You know, I'll show off both the Pokemon as well, or both of their Pokemon. And then, just to kind of prove the concept, if you will. So here she starts off with Victory Bell, right? Level 35 female Victory Bell, so just remember that. So, but yeah, like I said, half the time it's usually like a long topic that I've got to talk about, if you will. Right, so level 35 female Victory Bell, right? Remember that? Now here's a level 35 female Fire Plume instead, right? So that should be easy enough to remember. So now we go back, and if we instead talk to this one first, to this girl first, it will be the other way around. They'll start off with their level 35 female Fire Plume instead. as you can see, right? And then the next Pokemon they send out is going to be their Victory Bell. So there was something to it, if you want. There was something of concept, but it just wasn't double battles yet, which is really a shame. But I mean, I guess it isn't that big of a deal at the end of the day. But you know, it's fine. But yeah, like topics I have like typically are like big, if you will, not big, but like there's something I could just go on and on and on about. I feel like a little bit, if that makes sense. Like I feel I can just talk about them, you know, and just I don't know. Like it's like I don't know. I really don't know how to put it, to be honest. I don't know how to really put it effectively, in all fairness. Cause like, for it's like, you know, I mean like, to be fair, like, I mean what I'm trying to say is like, so like if I start going on about a topic, there's a lot I can probably talk about in regards to it, right? So much so that if I were to like start talking about it, and then I might not always finish, or I might leave bits and pieces out, if you will. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking of, is I might leave bits and pieces out, if you will. Or I might not go too deep into it because of how little time I have, if you will. And I guess if anything, I could probably Girls only gym is oh, she did change her text, by the way. That's actually kind of interesting, but anyway, but yeah, like there's a lot I'll probably end up missing out just for the sake of time, if you will. And then I'll have to bring it up again and then talk about this and that and whatnot, and then that'll be another rabbit hole to go down, if you will. To just talk about, of like, you know, here's this and that and the other what I can mention and whatnot. You know, that kind of thing, and it's like, I don't know, there's just so much I can talk about. Like, and it's just kind of disjointed. But I mean, it's fun in a way, if you will. Like, it's just fun putting all the pieces together, if you will. I guess you can say it's like a jigsaw puzzle where you just gotta put all the pieces together. You just gotta, you know, see like, okay, he has fun doing this and that and whatnot, and then it's like, okay, you know, and oh, he added a bit more here, so let's put that in. Let's see how that fits in, if you will, that kind of thing. And I guess if anything, it's kind of perfect in a way, because that kind of thinking, that kind of like way of doing it, it's like that's kind of what I like to see in some of the stuff I watch, because sometimes I've said before, how I watch other Let's Players and whatnot, and so like I watch them, and sometimes it's like, yeah, they sound like I don't agree with what they're saying, if you will, kind of thing. Like, they come across as, not in the sense of like, oh, my opinion is that this game is great, this game kind of sucks, you know, that kind of thing. Like, not that kind of thing, if you will, that I don't agree, but stuff that's just like, it comes off as rude, if you will, or it comes off as like misunderstanding, if you will. You know, like it just comes off the wrong way round, if you will, if that makes sense. And so, you know, and so I look at it and feel like, okay, that's a bit iffy, but whatever, you know. But other times, like, at least one or two DLPs that I watch, it's like the other bits and pieces of it, it's like, yeah, it looks kind of, you know, interesting, if you will, in a sense, if you will. It's like, I look at it and think like, yeah, this could be something. This is a nice idea, if you will, or hey, you say something and you probably don't mean it like this, or or maybe it's just, you know, giving me an idea. Maybe it's just sounded like something else in my head, but now it's giving me an idea to do some sort of like, maybe I could add this to one of my Let's Plays, or maybe I could do like, you know, implement it somehow into something that I'm doing into one of my own projects. You know, so like maybe I can like have a team based on you know, different gym leaders from Pokemon or something, and then like, okay, how do I go forward with this? And then I'll watch the Let's Play, and then they'll say something like, oh, I used to do this with Let's Players, or do this with gym leaders or whatever, or I used to try and like, or I'd do that or whatever. You know, I'd try and build a team based on that or whatever, and then I'd think like, that's actually a really good idea. Let me just use that idea myself as well or whatever. And I'll obviously say like, oh, I got it from here, this is where I remember getting it from, or the inspiration, if you will. But like, it's really interesting because it's like there's so many different ideas and such. You can just go with stuff, if you will. You know what I mean? It's like I can't really do it justice too well because one, obviously, like you've actually got to be experiencing it yourself anyway, and for another, like, there's just so much that I can't really go over outside of like, you know, outside of other bits and pieces, if you will. You know, I can't really do it too well, if you will. So I can't really go over it here or there, if you will, for now. But maybe one day, or maybe not maybe one day, but like maybe in like one of my other videos, I can show something off, if you will. That kind of thing. Yeah, maybe I can do something like that. But yeah, so like, you know, and I mean, I don't know, I can't even remember when the last time this was. I mean, it was kind of recent. I mean, it's not something I want to go into at the moment, but it is something I might look into in the future. I might show off in the future or something, but for now, it's like right now, I can't really go into it at the moment, but maybe one day I will. You know, maybe one day on the channel I will go over it or something, or what. You know, I don't know just yet, but it's certainly something. I mean, I've already got a lot going on anyway at the minute. Like, I've got my Yu-Gi-Oh! Replica deck project going on, which I've barely done anything of, surprisingly. Should watch a bit more of the series, actually, to be fair. And then like, I've got some deck ideas I really want to build. Like, I've got some ideas of, like, you know, like, I want to build Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks based on different, you know, gyms and such from Pokemon, and different dungeons from the Zelda series, you know, stuff like that. I want to do stuff like that, but I really need to go into my decks and really just like look through them and make sure that I collect everything up and organize it, because like, it is kind of half a mess, if you will, given given what's going on and whatnot. And so obviously it's not all there at the moment, but like, once I start sorting it out, especially for the replica deck project, I can then say, you know, here you go, here's some ideas I've got, here's some of the ideas that I've been making. Like, here's the Faulkner deck, if you will, for Pokemon Gen 2. Here's the who else is there? The Bugsy deck, the Whitney deck, you know, that kind of thing. You know, that kind of thing would be really interesting to me, to be honest, and I really do want to get on that at some point. Obviously, like I said, it's replica decks that's kind of slowing me down there, so that's something that's just, you know, something I've got to really focus on. So, you know, there is that, but I'll obviously turn over that leaf when I get there, I guess. And yeah, Solar can learn Giga Drain, so that's at least something. So I might teach that to her. But because I mean we've got Body Slam, Earthquake, Poison Powder, and Razor Leaf, which is not too bad. I don't think that's a pretty solid moveset. I mean, what's your better stat? Special attack by 1 point. So to be fair, her special attack is a little bit more than her physical attack, so to be fair. But I don't know, that's something I'll think about in the future. I've obviously got to clone it first anyway, so I don't want to just teach it now and then be like, oh, don't have it anymore, oh well. You know, I don't want to just do that, but you know, that's a story for another day. Alright, well, that's it for now. We've just passed 42 minutes, so hopefully this stays longer than 40 minutes, but I'm not really going to hold my breath. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. And I guess I'll continue this topic next time as well. And yeah, I shall see you next time. Have a minky day, everyone.